My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Iratus, Lord of the Dead. So what have we been doing in between the episodes? As you can see, I've managed to assemble a crew here. All I had to do was empty out the dead lake and then shuffle units around in a bunch of different areas. And effectively, I've come up with the team of Drew, 1 PKT in the front line, Carl of the Wild in the second, a random Banshee that will earn a name, and then Moms in the back line. This gives me the ability to diversify whether I'm doing physical damage or stress on the fly pretty easily. Is there anything else I'm going to want to change here? Okay, so my units are too low level to use the Nobleman's Garb at this point in time. So I figure that probably means, yeah, we're just ready to go out with this crew. Unless we actually want to put any upgraded equipment on any of them. So let's have a look. What can I actually make a legitimate upgrade of? I think I can make a legitimate upgrade on armor. Yeah, I can get to a purple armor, so we'll have a look at that. Purple armor is attack, luck, and armor. That's actually really good on like a Call of the Wild. But it could also be really good on a Drew 1 PKT. Although I'm using you in the stress party configuration, so probably don't want to use you ultimately for the kind of thing that I'm going for. Yeah, that's a decent build. Alright, we'll put this in Call of the Wilds. And then Ica. I guess I could get a pretty high level Ica, possibly put that in the Dark Knight, see if that goes.
Behold my work.
Dread, Vigor, and Block. Okay. Unfortunately, this is like the worst level that I can have on Drew here if I'm going to be running them in this kind of a party. Dread, Block, and Vigor. That's just not that good. Dread, Block, and Vigor on a Banshee, though. That's much more reasonable. Happily throw that in. And yeah, I think everything else we will leave well enough alone. Talent tree, nothing doing in there. We've just got down to this point. Dark Enlightenment is obviously the next thing we're queuing for there. Alright, fine. Let's see how this party goes. Okay, so I also want to try and queue up as many encounters as I can possibly get, just so that I have the largest amount of time for my graveyard to become ridiculous for us. So we could get to here and then possibly edge out this way. I think that'd be good. Right. That said, regardless of what we do have to just move forward a couple of spaces here. No matter what we did, we were going to have to do this fight. Okay, so we have ignores armor rather than ignores armor and blocks. So instead, I'll use smite the show-offs on one of these, just to make sure I can get the block off, and then a little bit of damage dealt as well. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I do know the trader in the backline is someone that I'm going to have to focus pretty heavily. So is the Berserker, though? Damn it. Yeah, think of him as also unupgraded, so sure, I'll just start fighting the Berserker. Ooh, good. Got the crit there for the stun. Now, Banshee's turn most often is just going to be using Crescendo. That's also another thing. The Banshee I manually leveled up to 2, and the Call of the Wild skeleton I leveled up to 3. Call of the Wild I gave the stun to on Bony Bully. That is the shield bash from backlines. And also Smite the Show-Offs, so the ability to perform additional attacks on targets that are buffed. And the Banshee picked up Crescendo, an upgrade to Soprano that means that I am removing more attack from my enemies per action. So in general, the idea is that I'll just have the Banshee constantly reducing the incoming damage. Kind of like a faux heal, if you want to think about it like that. And don't think about it like that, because it's not really anything like that at all. Good armor absorb right there. Oh, yikes! You can just suddenly do 30... What? That sucks. You suck. I could start turning this into a stress sitch. I think, in fact, I will. 2 of them became insane. Beautiful. You've lost most of your attack and your luck. Beautiful. Most of your attack and your luck. Great. So both of those are pretty good ones to hit there.
Ooh, I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Yep. I'm happy to now go into turning this into a sanity fight.
Still be enough
Damn
left
it.
to
Of course,
run
one of them became inspired. You've got extra attack, accuracy, and evasion. Maybe it's a good thing I didn't name that Banshee, because it does not look like she's going to be around with us for long. So both of those have rolled shields up. Fine. Well, I mean, not fine. Not really too much I can do about it at this point in time, though. Uh-oh. No slacking. Whenever an ally takes targeted damage, remove all debuffs from them, restore 20 sanity, and increase initiative by 2 until the end of combat. So yeah, this is the thing that means you have to only target the trader. Okay. Cross through the party again. Unfortunately, none of those were a crit, so we didn't even have a chance to get anyone. Don't. Okay. I was all ready for the Banshee to just be straight up struck out of existence right there. Alright, one down. Okay. Damn it. Again, that's targeted ability. I've got to remember not to use targeted abilities, lest I rejuvenate the enemies. I hate that they just focused my Banshee and there was nothing I could have really done about it. Ugh. Like, it can't be that the third line is the most likely line for the enemies to hit. And yet. You'd be forgiven for thinking otherwise over the course of this gameplay. Yeah, I want to target just... I have to break your stance. You need to not be... Damn it! Stop. The Berserker is going absolutely insane here. It's really annoying.
more materials.
Alright. I don't have that many more units that I can afford to lose video games, so you need to stop with all of the making me lose my units video game.
As worthless as you were in life, you will be worth something in death.
Okay. Please tell me I've got like a safe space coming up or something. Or a grave. A grave would be really good, so I could resurrect another soldier. But mostly only if I actually get a... what would it be after this fight? A brain? So that I can immediately level them up. Okay. Come on, trader. Nothing big. It could have been worse. Good shield bang. Alright. Well, we lost a Banshee, but at the very least it was an unnamed Banshee, so there's no problem there. Okay, Drew 1 PKT has now got a level here. I don't know what I want to do here. 1 ward, 10 accuracy, and 3 armor. Damn. I'd be happy to throw that on Call of the Wild. Make Call of the Wild like a decent skeleton. Okay, let's have a look at the map. Okay, so there is a grave in one space. That's useful. And it's also in a space that I'm going to anyway. So just move over there. Nothing happens in the graveyard unless you're in actual non-event combat. So, ooh. Okay. Well. I think I take the skeleton. Right? Then the idea becomes that I run a party where I've got 2 skeletons in the 2nd and 3rd line, and they just trade off using Bony Bully, so I get to stun my enemies really, really consistently. That seems like that'd be a good idea, to me, at least, maybe. And if I have to just use it as a stand-in for the moment, then I can just use it as a stand-in for the moment. Run this party instead. Okay, Drew 1 PKT. How much of a problem is it that I gave you Feudal Hopes instead of No Tomorrow? Not too much of a problem. Not really, right? See, I'm thinking about giving you We Are Nothing, because if I run you in a party with those two skeletons doing that, eventually you'll get into the third position, and then We Are Nothing moves you forward 3 spaces to the front of the party, deals a bunch of damage to 2 different targets as well. That could be super useful for us. Debuffing a target. We don't really debuff targets. That said, it does give plus armor to a character, and if that's ever going to be useful on anyone, it'll be useful on Drew. Maybe I should still do it then, because I don't really run debuffs in this party at all. So instead, I'll just run that as armor. There's no extra artifact that I need as a result of anything there. No. One thing that is concerning me is the low level of each of the characters that we seem to be about to take out. Let's make sure that we don't have anyone just higher level in each of those. Oh, wait, we do have Harkonia in here. I could heal up Moms as well, take Harkonian out. That'd be this lineup. The problem with having Harkonian in the second position is just that the skeleton most likely moves Hark back pretty quickly. And then as soon as Hark is in the third line, Hark only has access to more powder, which I don't think is good, and bombardment. Attacking 4 times for 50% physical damage is pretty good, though. Maybe I'm underestimating how good Hark could be in the third line. Maybe. Alright. Hark, do you have anything that I would want to give you if I'm leveling you up? No, not really. The skeleton, I could give the bones to, but I'm not going to do that. Extra ward, accuracy, and armor. I could even give it to the Pride of Iratus here. Yeah, unfortunately, we're about to go into another battle, and we just don't really have that many units. It's not having high-level units that's currently the problem here. It's that we've kind of cycled out all of our high-level units in order to get to this part of the dungeon, and now we're kind of struggling to stay afloat. Basically, because in any of these battles, we lose 2 units, and then we lose the campaign. I don't really want to do that. All right, battle. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to interrupt my own stanza. Also use Bone Spear, because that seems like it'll be useful here. See if we can get one Berserker down really, really quickly. That could be neat. Decent damage. And again. Yeah. Schrader is a little bit of a problem, but until you take your stance, I don't really care. I'm going to set you alight as well as the enemy behind you, because that just seems like the best output of damage that I can have here. Yeah, okay. You got buffed with Frenzy. Unfortunately, our skeleton is level 1, so I don't do an additional hit per buff on the enemies. So it's not super easy for me to just remove the enemy from the field here. Okay. Do I want to use Abyssal Hunger? That's 60. Then it's 50 for Rose for a Lady. I wouldn't be able to use Rose for a Lady on the next turn. No, I'd prefer to use that.
Shot, sweetie.
Oh, God. The Berserkers just shred through our party. At the very least, none of the other enemies are doing anything to us. That's neat. Got that going for us, at least. Okay, wait, they have armor resistance right now? Is Frenzy protecting them? Wow. I didn't think Frenzy protected them. All right. Was really hoping that was going to be more impactful that turn to demonstrate how impactful it can be. Sadly, it wasn't interested in that. Okay. Just trying to rectify the party ordering here. Get the Bride of Iratus back to the back. Damn it! I wanted to knock the traitor off their stance. Didn't work out in the end. And Drew, we need to get to Drew. Come on. Damn it. If we got back to Drew's turn, we would have had the ability to use the ultimate there and save Drew. Now I'm going to be really, really hopeful that I actually even make it out of this battle.
Impale this wretch.
Okay. Ignores armor. That's really important now because the frenzy is up. Okay, at least we've got one of you insane. Okay. So this one, the other one that is, should burn to death. Didn't need to burn to death because this berserker killed them. Beautiful. Alright. I go buckshot across the whole party. It's barely going to do anything to anyone and make me immediately regret the fact that I used it. Okay, I'm pretty hopeful that we can get all of the enemies down here at the very least. More confident in that now. Okay, great.
This is what 1,000 years of evolution looks like.
The actually threatening one down now. Yeah, buff to do your jobs. That is, all attacks and debuffs targeting the merchant are redirected to the chosen ally. I mean, that's fine. If I use buckshot, you get targeted regardless.
Impale this wretch.
Great. Now the trader just dies as soon as their turn starts, and we can just focus on the GM answer for the rest of the fight. So unfortunately, we did lose Drew there, but at the very least... Oh, no, but Drew lost a good piece of equipment as well, right? Oh, of course that goes against Ward. That's my bad. Really unfortunate thing to have missed there. We've given the Geomancer a crack at another turn. This could be problematic. Well, Cannonball is still on the menu, so...
My darling, kill.
Hey, at least that crit, so it got through. None of my other actions there were against HP. Physical. Come on. Geomancer don't kill. Woo! Geomancer didn't kill. Beautiful. Goodbye, Geomancer. Hello to a couple of level ups for a couple of my units, I have to imagine.
Is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilizations.
Yeah, just a couple level ups. The skeleton gets the stun. Bride of Iratus. I mean, ideally you're permanently in the back line, I guess. Oh, we'll go for Long Piercer just so we have the ability to possibly stun enemies, slowing them down, preventing the incoming damage from them. That kind of jazz. See, with this much HP missing on this many characters, you can see how I'm suddenly getting a little bit more nervous. Alright, I guess I can throw you in there for the moment. Do I have the ability to create another Dark Knight? I do. Do I have like a higher quality piece of equipment that I desperately want to throw on this Dark Knight? Extra luck? No, not great on the Dark Knight. Yeah, nothing. Nothing whatsoever. Okay, we'll just create a stock standard Dark Knight. Put you at the front of the party.
But irrelevant for the armies of undead.
I can create another one, I guess.
Every war needs its generals.
And then a skeleton. I do have the ability to finish off that skeleton as well. That's fine.
Humans become much sturdier when you strip them of their vital organs.
Okay, so in general, the idea here is that both of the backliners will have access to Bony Bully, and they'll just stun people on the first round, saving me from having to take a lot of damage from the enemies. Extra ward, accuracy, and armor. Yeah, I'm happy to put that on Cole. I actually think this might be a great idea. Because then these both move forward, and then the Dark Knights also have their abilities to move forward. This hits 2 targets. This stuns, so I'm kind of controlling the enemies as well as dealing damage in AoE. I think the biggest downside of this is that since we're starting this party really late, they're really ill-equipped in terms of their levels, and we don't have just anything building them up, I guess? That's what I'm looking to say there. Okay. Do I have another Banshee sitting around? I do. Let's just throw you into this building, and then I need to create 2 more trash characters. Well, not trash characters. Now, I have been in the past saying trash characters. What I really mean when I say trash character is just a character that I don't intend to be using right now.
Crafted it that way.
These are still characters that I could be using in future missions, just not right now. Okay. So let's have a look at their initiatives as well. So 6 is the initiative of you, and then both Dark Knights are... Okay, great. Great. The initiative ordering is working out. I'm still worried. I'm still worried that just because they aren't high enough level, we're in a bad position. So I could try and stun a target for a single turn right now, but obviously that's not going to go through. Because the targets that I had the ability to target had block on them. And then you have the ability to interrupt stances with yours, but that's like, what is the value of that? I guess the value of that is pushing one of the knights backwards. Sure. Let's have a look at how effective these knights are. Blocked in 13. 11 and 12. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. They do have the ability in clutch situations to heal themselves as well. I mean, that's pretty useful. Kind of useful tanks. Here we actually get a stun off. Part of the whole thing this build is trying to do. We actually get to do a little of there. Okay. Against enemies with any armor at all, this is... it's a little bit, you know... How's your cousin? A little bit... it's not good. Yikes. Unfeeling aggression? Sure. It's getting rid of those blocks on the big hammer here. The hammer, at the very least, does not actually have armor. And you're in a stance right now? Well, let's try and knock you out of that. Neat. Yeah, that's a problem. The Geomancer actually doing those abilities is going to be a real concern. So here's where I actually get to use Abyssal Hunger. Great. Kind of proof of concept for the whole party configuration. And it's working a lot better than you might have otherwise expected. In terms of what you would assume on first blush here. Move you all the way to the back of the party? Sure. Yeah, that's again going to be the problem, the Berserkers. I've known it the whole time. Unfortunately, you don't have an ability to replace that skeleton at all. And that is the skeleton with some of the extra equipment. Damn. So it's one of the skeletons I'm going to be a little sadder if it dies.
Impale this wretch.
Yeah. I think having lost a couple of our parties recently, we put ourselves too far behind the 8 ball here. Our attack value, like our actual damage value, doesn't really keep up with the enemies having armor and resistance at this point in time. So we're finding a lot of turns where we're dealing absolutely no damage. That's just not really sustainable the further we get in here. Alright, well, at least got one with insanity, and yeah, insta-kills the target on my field. That's another one. Right, so we've still got Call of the Wild at least. If we can make this out of this battle with Call of the Wild, at least we will still have a leveled unit. That's significantly more than nothing. Just gonna constantly use Abyssal Hunger to try and actually get through here. Okay, at least that one wasn't an insta-kill. Sometimes it is. Wow, both the Berserker and the Dwarven Warrior are so close to dying to this ability, but they just won't. Oh, the Dwarven Warrior had a insanity that made them take 50% more damage, so they actually did die to it. Beautiful. Oh, that was necessary, though. Maybe we can make it through. Dark Knight's having the ability to turn around and just go, no, I'm protected, it's fine, is pretty good. The only problem is their low max vigor makes it really easy for things that happened earlier in this combat to happen to us. For example, just instantly getting squashed in a single attack. Ooh, don't be one of the perma skips. Okay. Never mind. I just skipped one turn with it. And I'm still skipping turns, so... we're about to see whether we're bugged again. Oh! No, we're not. Excellent. One enemy down. God damn, we're actually going to make it out of here. I am sincerely quite surprised. Okay, so you're going for regen, but you want to escape at the start of your next turn. I mean, I don't think we can kill you in time. Ooh. Oh, because Call of the Wild gets the extra swipe. Okay, never mind. We might be able to kill you in time. Never mind.
Another step towards my eternal kingdom.
Okay. So that could have worked out a lot worse. Admittedly.
Serve me well, my minion.
Now, it's fair to say it also could have worked out a lot better, but it could have worked out a lot worse. Looking at my pieces of equipment now, I really don't think I have the ability to create another skeleton. Do I have any skeletons sat around out here? Whoa, I do have one that's just healed. Beautiful. But I already have to throw a Dark Knight and a Call of the Wild back up there as well. So I have to make a whole new build. It really does feel like I'm competing to not lose now rather than competing to win. Did I lose Hark earlier as well? No, I didn't. But I don't have the ability to heal you at the moment, so you'll stay there. All right. So double Bride of Iratus we've seen previously was pretty good for a backline. We don't have a front line to command with it. We can just make another Dark Knight here. In fact, I'm kind of interested in doing so.
To him, the world is as hollow as his armor.
But again, we put ourselves in a position where we've got this Dark Knight now, sure, but it's level 1. And now we have to go back into battle with it. Are we effectively sacrificing it at that point? I don't really want to be. The skeleton does have Bony Bully, okay. Unfortunately, if we keep losing units, we're not healing with the Standard Darkness as we leave the battles. So Dark Knight, Skeleton, 2 Brides of Iratus. Is that okay for a party? It'll have to be. It's basically the best offense that I can create at the moment. Somehow I get the feeling that this is going to be a stress damage party. Ultimately. Despite what my best intentions might be, I think it'll just end up in that way. I think I'm going to try and go physical damage to kill the Berserker in the front line first, though. Good. Okay. Ooh, good miss. Don't you dare stance. Damn. Gonna be really difficult to knock the hammer out of that stance in time. So I think I just don't do it. Okay, so the enemy just has debuffs removed on them from that. Right, of course, because the trader... Forgot about the trader's stance. Damn it. Stop! Stop! Trader! Stop! It's not fair to you, for me. It's not fair to me for you to be directly behind the hammer the entire time. Yep. Unfortunately, we couldn't have even moved it if we tried.
Impale this wretch.
Okay. Go for that through everyone, and then my next Bride of Iratus can do the same. Actually, never mind. We can just take that target out so the Bride of Iratus doesn't have to.
I didn't think it would be this easy.
Wait, don't tell me you're back in the same... Oh, you are back in the same stance. God damn it. Yep, and here we get to watch that. Hey, at least it missed 2 of the targets. Could have been a lot worse.
Extinction.
Oh, there we go. We actually got to move the hammer there. Beautiful. Finally got rid of that one. It feels like I should use Abyssal Hunger at this point. Just feels right to. Again, I'm amazed, but it does look like we're going to get out of this battle. Don't immediately cleave one of my units from me after I make that claim. It's the absolute worst. Okay, at the very least... Damn it. At the very least, you're insane. Unfortunately, that has increased the damage that you deal. Great. That line through at the very least has got the traitor dead. Ooh, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. No, we don't have enough for it. Damn. Only we had enough for Abyssal Hunger at that point. Would have been so good. Yeah. Lost a unit there. Although that was also a ridiculous amount of damage that the Berserker just did to the Hammerer. Thank you for that. Oh! Crit penetrates all of the block as well as stuns the target. Lovely. Well, it doesn't work all the time. And misses is never even going to help in that position. Ugh. Lost the Dark Knight. Yeah. Yeah, now we just have 2 low-level Bride of Iratuses that we're running with. And they're even not guaranteed to clear out this. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think the amount of parts that I'm spending on new characters constantly right now is going to put us so far behind that we can no longer win. Which is totally okay. It is a roguelike. We have to expect that we're going to have to take a couple of tries here in order to get it right.
Death itself. You too will fall eventually.
All right. What do we still have? Yeah, neither of those has anything. And then we just got level 1, level 1, level 1, level 2. Yeah, got a hell of a lot of units out here that don't do anything. All right. Let's try some stuff. Just because we can. Surely we have the time, if nothing else right now. Keep getting extra units, just in case. Maybe our number's coming up. This party is going to have to get the kill. Come on. Flames of... no, don't need to use that. Just go for Berserker. And again. Insanity is triggered once more, just to make sure that the enemy is buffed directly before they start attacking me. Oh, I'm so pleased. Wait a second, the enemy had Ward Ryan. It's okay, I didn't actually have... Oh, no, I did have one physical attack I could have done. That wouldn't have even been good. Yeah, I should have gone against the ward there. Weird. Hey! Good hit, good hit. One direct hit. Beautiful. One down.
1,000 years of evolution looks like. Yeah.
Thankfully, the hammer does not have armor. Wait, can you be... You can be ignited. Okay. So we're definitely just going to be igniting mixturing you. A couple times over as well. So this party just sets enemies on fire constantly. It's a neat idea. Hammer has to be taking a real serious amount of damage at the start of the turn here. Yeah. Not bad. Ooh, gambling chip as well. I don't know. Maybe this is coming back. Gambling chip. All enemies gain 20 vigor until the battle ends. Although, we've also had a lot of our characters just level up. I mean, I could set up Ignition, but if I'm setting up Ignition, I'm bad against what? Golems? If I'm bad against Golems, how do I get through that? Well, not with the Brides of Iratus doing as they currently are. They would need more damage. Don't have actually extra damage to put on them at this point in time. That said, in our talent tree, we now do have the ability to pick up Dark Enlightenment, increases the amount of Wrath that Iratus gains in battle by 50%. Maybe this isn't as dead as I had once thought.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
Okay, and then both Bride of Iratuses will pick up Lung Piercer. For the moment, though, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Iratus. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.